Hello, I'm Tom Wiknich. Welcome to the KZGN News.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
Our lead story today is that the business community turned out en masse attending this year's Business Outlook Conference. The conference was held at the Kerr-McGee Center. The title of the conference was Generation X, Y, Z, and Me. The purpose was to provide insight to these attendees on how the differing generations make their business and buying decisions. The conference is presented annually by the Ridgecrest Chamber of Commerce in the city of Ridgecrest. It was heavily attended by local businesses, government, and elected officials. The Chamber also reached out to get high school and college students to attend to mingle with the leaders. The keynote speaker was Gordon Fowler, President and CEO of Threefold Communications. He spoke focusing on the differences in communication techniques of the different generations and how to do business with them. The other speakers at this year's conference were Bill Hogan, Executive Director of the local Idea Hub, Cerro Costa Community College President Joe Board, Naval Air Weapons Center Weapons Executive Director Scott O'Neill, Naval Air Weapons Station Commander Captain Rich Wiley, and Ken Bader, President of Bader Training and Consulting. He spoke about embracing generational differences in our branding, culture, and strategy. Each speaker had great information for the audience. The conference opened with recorded greetings from Congressman McCarthy, State Senator Gene Fuller, and Assemblywoman Shannon Grove. The crowd was officially greeted by Kern County Supervisor Mick Gleason and Mayor Breeden. Mick Gleason encouraged everyone to get involved in two issues of great concern. One, provide input to the $61 million estimated shortfall the county will incur next fiscal year. And two, get involved in helping establish a way to solve our water overdraft problem in the Indian Wells Valley. The first speaker, Ken Bader, provided insight into embracing generational differences with your company's branding, culture, and strategy. Each different group sees the ideas differently. Next up was William Hogan. That gave a great overview of the importance of the newly established Idea Hub right here in Ridgecrest, as approved by Governor Jerry Brown. It was eye-opening as to how important this is to Ridgecrest. This Idea Hub includes Ridgecrest as a leading location headquarters for aviation, military, and new business incubation. The hub includes the counties of Kern, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Orange, Ventura, and San Diego. It partners the Navy and Air Force bases, NASA, Department of Commerce, the FAA, and the Office of Secretary of Defense. NASA has established it as their Regional Economic Development Center, one of 8 in the country. The Idea Hub is one of 12 founding members of the Secretary of Defense's new Defense Consortium and is the West Coast anchor. They are the only said hub on the West Coast. This effort starts in 4 to 6 months. They are potentially going to be sponsored by the Department of Commerce and the FAA for a UAS Center of Excellence. The next speaker, Joe Board, president of the Cerro Costa Community College, addressed different learning styles of the various generations. Next up was Captain Richard Wiley, commanding officer of the Naval Air Weapons Station. He gave a great overview of China Lake facilities and how they support all the tenants on the center. There are over 14 tenants plus 8,000 civilian and 1,000 military workers. And then Naval and Air Warfare Center Executive Director Scott O'Neill gave a full update on how things are going on the base for weapons development. He emphasized that the base is doing well and they continue to hire new engineers and scientists. In 2014, the base hired about 400 new engineers. The hiring goal for 2015 is 600 new employees. He emphasized how important it is to hire these new engineers right out of college. He gave one example on how well-established engineers take in and train the new ones. His story in brief tells how the Secretary of Navy said they needed to come up with a quick way to develop and deploy a new anti-ship weapon. Usually a task like this takes years to design, build, test, and deploy. Taking 10 years or more is normal. Instead, Scott handed off the task to 4 senior NOC engineers and 14 new engineers. Within 3 months, they took an existing weapon system and modified them to what was needed. And in January, they successfully proved the project by a real-time test launch and destruction of a ship at sea, according to the requirements. This took only 4 months from concept definition to be ready for deployment. This is what China Lake is known for. This is how they train new engineers. Scott elaborated that the base will be hosting more foreign customers than ever before. They will be coming here and staying from weeks to months at a time. They're expecting 38,000 visitors this year. That is a huge number of people coming right here in Ridgecrest. They'll be living, shopping, and staying right here. He stresses that everyone should be aware of all these new visitors. If anyone runs into these people over the year, be kind to them. Treat them as welcome guests, especially the foreign visitors. Let them know they are welcome here. This is good for the city, the state, and the country. We are all ambassadors to these visitors. Mr. O'Neill emphasized a lot of testing will be going on for the new F-35 Joint Strike Fighter aircraft here as well. This plane is constantly being upgraded and tested here. It is the future workhorse of the Navy and the Air Force. Going on, Scott included the story of how China Lake is the leader in parachute recovery systems. Dr. Elsa Hennings of China Lake designed and built the new parachute recovery system for NASA's new Mars lunar module. Yeah, the Mars module. It was tested right here, and the results of the test are undergoing performance analysis right now. All the weapons testing on the ranges are supporting full schedules. Tests are being run at a pace not seen in a long time, and the base is also going to take control of the Cuddyback range area sometime this year. This additional space will provide more testing room for unmanned air vehicle systems. Additionally, the base is offering training facilities for small arms training and forward-deployed troops into hostile environments. They have built facilities that duplicate Middle Eastern cities and desert areas. The environment only available here at China Lake. And the keynote speaker was Gordon Fowler. He gave a great presentation of the differences of the generations. He taught how they think, live, and make decisions. So that was all the speakers. Additionally, the conference gave all local businesses an opportunity to network with other businesses and government and elected officials. I personally had the opportunity to speak with Base Captain Scott O'Neill, two of the main speakers, Supervisor Gleason, and many other people there. KZGN-TV was one of the main sponsors of this event. A special thanks goes out to the Ridgecrest Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event. In today's stock market news, the Commerce Department reported today U.S. economic growth braked more sharply than initially thought in the fourth quarter as business slowed their pace of stock accumulation and the trade deficit widened. But the underlying fundamentals remained solid. Gross domestic product expanded at a 2.2% annual pace, revised down from the 2.6% pace estimated last month. Currently, the stocks are trading as such. Dow Jones is trading down just slightly at 0.3 and sitting at 18155. NASDAQ is trading down 24 points and sitting at 4963. And finally, the S&P is moving down also 5 points and currently at 2105. Last Monday, February 23rd, firefighter Travis Michael Keone Flores-Lee lost his life in a vehicle accident while on his way to work. He was working as the captain of the Searles Valley Minerals Fire Department. He came to Ridgecrest in 2001, graduating from Burroughs High School in 2006. He enjoyed weightlifting, skiing, and other outdoor sports. He also was proud of his gun collection and loved to go out to the range shooting. He leaves behind a large family, including his mother, Laura Lee, sister Nicole Lopez Lee, nephew Chase Lee Johnson, and girlfriend Lacey Anderson. Travis was a beloved member of this community. Tonight there will be a viewing and rosary held at Holland and Lyons from 5 to 7 p.m. He will then be transported to the All Faith Chapel on China Lake. Services will be held tomorrow, Saturday, February 28th, at the All Faith Chapel on China Lake at 10 a.m. The service will be officiated by Father Dowds. After the service there will be a fire and police escort from the chapel back to Holland and Lyons Mortuary. If anyone would like to observe the procession, it will travel out of China Lake from the main gate, go west on Indian Road to Normal, then south on Norma to Holland and Lyons. Other details will be provided at the service. Welcome back, and now for our local weather. Hey Keith, how are we looking out there?
Good evening. A winter storm is well on its way. This was taken a little while ago. What you are seeing is the jet stream has moved south, bringing us wintry weather from the north. Small craft advisories and wind advisories have been issued along the west coast, stretching from Washington all the way down south as far as Mexico. We do have a winter weather advisory to the Kern County mountains. The advisory is in effect from 4 p.m. Saturday to 4 a.m. Monday. Snow elevations above 4,000 feet. Snow 1 to 2 inches. Showers will develop over the Kern County mountains tonight and Saturday and continue through Monday morning. Snow levels will lower to near 5,000 feet Saturday morning and then lower again to 4,000 feet by late Saturday afternoon. People traveling over Interstate 5 or Highway 58 should be prepared for slick roads and possible travel delays Saturday night through Sunday night. Locally for us here in the IWV, tonight a 20% chance of showers after 10 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 45, breezy west-southwest wind 20 miles per hour, gust as high as 30 miles per hour. Saturday a 20% chance of showers, partly sunny, high near 62, light west-southwest wind becoming west 10 to 15 miles per hour in the afternoon. Saturday night, a 40% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, low around 42, southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, decreasing to 5 to 10 in the evening. Sunday, a 40% chance of showers, partly sunny, with high near 59, calm wind becoming southeast around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, a 20% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, with a low around 42, calm wind becoming north-northwest around 5 miles per hour. Monday, again a 20% chance of showers, partly sunny, with a high near 62, west-northwest wind around 5 miles per hour, becoming south in the morning. And that is your weather, and back to Tom Wiknich.
Thanks, Keith. And now for sports with Tom Heck.
A very pleasant Friday afternoon to everybody. Start with Saracoso baseball. Yesterday, the Coyotes almost had a very good comeback. They were down 9-1 going into the 8th inning. Barstow made a pitching change, and the guy that came in proceeded to hit the next 4 or 5 batters, walked a couple more, and Saracoso actually pushed across 6 runs to make it a 9-7 game. In the 9th inning, they actually had the tying runs on base, but couldn't quite get the job done. But a very good effort by the Coyotes. They're now 4-9 overall, 0-3 in the league. They will play tomorrow, Saturday, at 12 o'clock. That'll be here at Saracoso, and that'll be against College of the Desert. Now, Ryan Sanford, the graduate of Burroughs High School, will be on the mound tomorrow, so come on out and support the guys. Starts at 12 o'clock. Coso, a great place to watch a baseball game. You can sit up on the bank, the lawn, and bring a blanket or some chairs and have a great view of some good community college baseball. If you can't get there, you can tune into 1240 a.m. KLOA starting at 12 o'clock. Coso will be in action again Thursday of next week. They will be on the road, and then next Saturday they will play against Victor Valley at Victor Valley, and we'll keep you updated for all the Saracoso baseball and changes for the Coyotes. All right, Adrian Peterson is in the news again. Well, as we all know, Adrian Peterson did not play this year. They had the whole situation with the problem with a child battery, and he was unable to go this year. But he did win an appeal 2 days ago, and that appeal basically allows him to go back for another meeting with league officials. And hopefully this time, and I'm in favor of giving everybody a second chance, hopefully that he'll get that second chance and make good of it. That's the difference. When someone gets a second chance and makes good of it, then I have much more, credibility, I think, with the league for doing the right thing. Michael Vick, a good example of a guy that got a second chance and did very well with that second chance, and now does a lot of things for the community in a very positive way. Hopefully Adrian Peterson can do the same. Anyway, the Vikings say that he is an important member of their organization, and they really want him back. Well, the Dallas Cowboys also would like to have Adrian Peterson along with a few other NFL teams. We'll see what happens. All right, let's switch to the NCAA. Last night, Gonzaga, they keep their basically a 36-game home winning streak alive. They defeat San Diego up in the Kennel in Spokane. And right now they're the number 4 team in all of the land. A good chance they'll get one of those top 4 seeds at the NCAA tournament starting in just a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's hard to believe we're at the end of February. March Madness just around the corner. Also last night in the top 20 of NCAA basketball, Arizona gets a win in Colorado. That game played in Boulder. They win 92-64. They will play Saturday against Utah. That's going to be the game of the week. That'll be a national TV ESPN game. Vanderbilt won last night. They defeat Tennessee. They stay in the top 20. Western Kentucky beats Florida Atlantic last night. Purdue beat Rutgers. Number 21 SMU beats Memphis in Memphis. Memphis is now 9-6 in the Great American Conference. Now, the reason I bring that up, they are tied with UConn. UConn, the defending NCAA champions, are also 9-6. Chances are one of those teams will not make the tournament. Kind of be sad to see UConn not get in the tournament, but that's a good possibility right now. Those two teams, Memphis and UConn, play each other next. So the loser of that game might be sitting out of the NCAA tournament. We'll have to wait and see. Also regionally, Northern Arizona a winner over North Dakota. Temple had a real good game last night. They stay in the top 25. They beat Houston. Houston coached by Kelvin Sampson, if that name's familiar. He was at Indiana, was suspended by the NCAA for violations, and also aligned to the NCAA. So Kelvin Sampson getting a second chance with the Cougars down there. Minnesota beat Michigan State in overtime. Ohio State over Nebraska. Louisiana Tech beats UTEP last night. All right, Josh Hamilton in the news, the Angel right fielder. They say he has gone into a cocaine and drug relapse. He may face penalties also from Major League Baseball. He's just coming off of shoulder surgery, and whether he'll be able to play or not, as far as the league's concerned, he can't play physically and probably until the end of May, when he'll be cleared. Angels ready to start their training camp in Tempe in just a couple of weeks. All right, let's talk about some other things coming up this weekend. Northern Iowa, the number 10 team in the nation. Get used to it because they're pretty good. They've got a big 6'10" kid named Seth Tuttle. They will play number 11 Wichita State, who last year went undefeated until the NCAA tournament, lost in the second round to Kentucky. Arizona and Utah, I mentioned that a few minutes ago. Number 7 Arizona, number 13 Utah. Winner of that could be the Pac-12 champion. The Pac-12 tournament next week in Las Vegas, that's going to be fun, along with a lot of other good tournaments. Washington State will play UCLA. UCLA sitting right now on the outside of that NCAA tournament unless they win the league. Syracuse will play at Duke. Duke number 4, Texas at Kansas. Kansas sitting at number 8 in the NCAA. West Virginia will also play Baylor. Baylor, a top 20 team. Good news if you're an Indiana Pacer fan. Remember the Indiana Pacers. Last year, one of the best teams in basketball. This year, one of the worst teams. Paul George is starting to practice again. They get him back, and there's a chance, a small chance, they could still get 7 or 8 in the East because the East is that bad. All right, in the NBA last night, the Cavaliers beat the Warriors in Cleveland. LeBron James, 40 points. And if you missed it, he is now the all-time assist leader for forwards in all-time NBA. Has over 1,600 assists. A great player, an unselfish player, and a pretty good role model to go with it. Folks, that's your sports for this Friday afternoon. Have a good weekend. Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. All of us at KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only community TV station.